AAA games that go through years of development see one or two eras of that. Like, a Grand Theft Auto game is so many years in development. The idea that it would have complete visuals, let's say when they started development in 2019 or whenever, for a release in God knows when, like there's some gossip, some rumors that it might be 2025 we see Grand Theft Auto 6. Might be, maybe, gossip, rumors. We will be quite a ways into the current console generation in 2025. If that's when it releases, the standard for graphics will be fairly high. And the point of even talking about this is all of these developers sharing early game footage from their games. There is some rough crap. You see a lot of indie games, for instance, like Cult of the Lamb and Frozen Synapse. But I think probably the most interesting one is Control, which, if you've ever played, is one of the more graphically impressive games of this generation. Still a beautiful game right now. Probably gonna hold up in 10 years, I think. This footage, this game, I mean, it's not a train wreck, but the idea that this is a game that won graphics awards, plural, awards, it's like laughable. You know why? Because it was early in the development cycle, and that's what games look like early in the development cycle. I'm not trying to be like harsh on that controversy. I don't even really know how it started. Certainly somebody must have thought that they know something that other people don't. It's not exactly an uncommon thing nowadays, but wow, were they ever wrong. At number 9, we actually had a pretty fair amount of hacking-related things happen this month. There was the Grand Theft Auto thing, of course, but this one's probably going to make you laugh a little bit more. There's a children's MMO called Wizard 101, and some servers had to be shut down because a hacker started sending out announcement messages, like info boxes that would come up for all of the players on the server that said things that he wanted them to say. Now, this was also a clever hacker. I gotta give them this. They seem to orient these messages around sounding as though it was a disgruntled developer. Like one of them said, "The next world is my boss's." You can see what it says, right? It's in Comic Sans, so it's not bad, right? YouTube's not gonna care, right? After a series of things like this, he sent out a message that said, "Bradley, come down to the office this instant," and signed it from the CEO. Honestly, just a really funny series of announcement messages. It didn't hurt anybody, so like, I don't think that it was bad per se, but obviously it also got the game shut down for a bunch of people, which sucks. So all of the children and sexual predators posing as children had to stop playing the game for a while. At number 8, and this one is a little technical, so please be forgiving. NVIDIA announced the RTX 4080, and they announced a 12 gigabyte and a 16 gigabyte, which in most people's minds would indicate the same piece of hardware with 2 amounts of RAM. Not the case here. Many people have noticed that the 12 gigabyte 4080 looks a lot like a 4070 in terms of every spec. And a lot of people just think that the 4080 12 gigabyte is a repackaged 4070. I can tell you, my graphical card is a little aged compared to these. I'm still in this era, but the 4070 looks quite good to me. That being said, the 4080 has a pretty significant jump in some of these specifications. A lot more cores, for instance, pulling about 35 more watts of electricity, higher bit memory bus, and quite a bit higher of a price to be spent. Now, for me, like I said, I'm a few numbers back, so it all looks better than what I have. So this all looks weird to me. Like NVIDIA's trying to fool me with graphics cards by the time. Maybe? I don't know. Is the amount of controversy that's happening the weird part? Because there